Welcome to the Packer Mentality Podcast, where I try to keep you up to date and shed a little light on what is happening on and off the field with the Packers. To my loyal listeners and viewers, a heartfelt thank you for your continued support and engagement. Your participation has been pivotal to the growth of this channel. If you haven't already, please take a moment to subscribe, leave your comments, and join me on social media at Packer Mentality. Please don't forget you can tune into this podcast on all major podcast platforms. My apologies for not uploading any episodes over the past week. Had a lot going on here. And we're going to keep this episode relatively short. In the past week, the Packers re-signed Robert Rochelle, cornerback, and Eric Wilson, linebacker. These names may not be super familiar to some of you, but they were key special teams guys last season. Remember Keyshawn Nixon's fumble in the playoff game against the 49ers? That Packer who seemed to come out of nowhere and jumped on the ball? That was Eric Wilson. If Green Bay had won that game, you would definitely know his name, and he'd be a hero pretty much everywhere in Wisconsin. Before we get to the mock draft, we have to talk about a pro day and testing that happened over the past week. If you watched my episode from about a month ago on February 26th, I talked about RAS, or Relative Athletic Score, and its importance in trying to predict who the Packers will draft, and it definitely came into play this week. A favorite of mine and a lot of the other people, safety Tyler Nubin, had his pro day, and it was less than spectacular. He just didn't test all that well. Tyler Nubin's RAS score as a free safety was only a 2.73 out of 10. If you graded him as a strong safety instead, it was only slightly better at 3.36. A good RAS grade is a 5.0, and 8.0 is considered elite. This pretty much removes him from consideration for the Packers, especially in the first three rounds. The Packers prioritize athletic testing results, and while they may not explicitly use RAS, it is a factor in their decision making. They tend to avoid players that don't test well, regardless of their performance on the film. The Packers' lowest graded player drafted in the first two rounds, that would be Jaden Reed at 6.74, which is still a pretty good score. This all means that you're not going to see me draft Tyler Nubin today. Let's get to the mock draft. We're back in the Pro Football Focus Simulator. Let's get it started. Based on this board, and with the Packers rumored to be negotiating an extension with Kenny Clark, we're going to go with Nate Wiggins. Surprised he's still on the board. 6'2", 185, 82.5 grade in 2023, a 77.9 grade in 2022. He is a man shutdown corner, and this would be a very impressive set of corners with Wiggins and Jair Alexander on the outside. Pick number 41. We're going to go with a safety, Javon Bullard out of Georgia, 5'11", 195, close enough to 6 foot and 200, playing in probably the toughest conference, 82.8 grade in 2023, 80.4 grade in 2022, a 70.4 grade in 2021. Has played slot, played box, played deep, and a little bit of corner as well. You have a lot of positional flexibility. Play him as your nickel, play him as your box safety, whatever you need. At number 58, Packers going to address the offensive line and take Kieran Amagaji, tackle out of Yale, who has the flexibility, has the physical traits and the athletic traits to play tackle or guard. He has played both in college. 89.5 grade in 2023, 73.5 grade in 2022, 65.2 grade in 2021. Gave up a grand total of 1 sack in his college career at Yale. At pick number 88, we are going to go again with offensive line. Take guard out of Boston College, Christian Mahogany, 6'3", 322. Now, he is only a guard. 74.9 grade in 2023. Did not allow a sack. At pick number 91, we still need to address the linebacker position. I think the best guy on the board right now is Marist Liafau, linebacker out of Notre Dame, 6'2", 239, 74.3 grade in 2023. At pick number 126, guy I think the Packers already like, Cole Bishop, safety out of Utah, 6'2", 207. Has a lot of positional versatility. Played in the box, played deep, played in the slot, tested well. I think he's a Packers guy. At pick number 169, Packers had luck getting talent out of North Dakota State with Christian Watson. Maybe they'll go back there for a tackle in Jalen Sundell. 6'5", 300, 82.9 grade in 2023, 77.3 grade in 2022, a 76.3 grade in 2021. And we know he can run block coming out of North Dakota State. Played left tackle in 2023, but he did spend time in 2022 and 2021 at center. In the round 6, pick 202. And I know at some point the Packers will take some shots at some running backs. So let's do that and go with Frank Gore Jr., running back out of Southern Miss. Noah's dad played a long time in the NFL. Frank Gore Jr., though, 5'8", 195, 88.0 grade in 2023, ran for over 1,100 yards, averaged almost 5 yards per carry, 10 touchdowns. In 2022, a 91.9 grade, almost 1,400 yards, 9 touchdowns that year. Very productive in college. Pick 219 in round 6. Packers do not have a backup center. Josh Myers is going into his final year of his contract. Packers could go for center out of Wisconsin, Tanner Bortolini, 6'4", 310, tested very well. 65.9 grade in 2023, 74.3 grade in 2022. Played center his final year at Wisconsin, but has also played guard and a little bit of tackle. So you do have positional flexibility with Mr. Bortolini. Pick 245, let's take another shot at running back. Rasheen Ali, running back out of Marshall, 6', 209, 75.2 grade in 2023, ran for over 1,100 yards, 15 touchdowns. Must have been injured in 2022, only had 47 carries in 2022, but in 2021, ran for almost 1,400 yards and had 23 touchdowns that season. Can also catch the ball. 46 receptions in 2021. With their final pick at number 255, Packers might be looking at some more depth at linebacker, see if they can hit on somebody. Jordan McGee, 6'3", 225, 87.2 grade in 2023, had 54 tackles in 2022, a 74.7 grade, 63 tackles. Pretty solid against the rush and in coverage as well. All right, how did we do in the draft? In the first round, I think we got a little bit lucky. One of the top corners fell to us. Nate Wiggins, cornerback out of Clemson. Round 2, Javon Bullard, safety out of Georgia. Also in round 2, Kieran Amagaji, tackle from Yale. Round 3, guard Christian Mahogany from Boston College. Also in round 3, Marist Liafau, linebacker from Notre Dame. Round 4, another safety, Cole Bishop from Utah. Round 5, Jalen Sundell, tackle from North Dakota State. Round 6, running back Frank Gore Jr. from Southern Miss. Also in round 6, center Tanner Bordolini from center from Wisconsin. Round 7, another running back, Rasheen Ali from Marshall. And finishing out the picks, round 7, linebacker Jordan McGee from Temple. I'll be back on Friday with more updates. Wrapping up this episode, I'd like to remind you to be sure and subscribe and follow me on social media. Have a great week, everyone, and go Pack Go.